want to know more about the Angel of Valhalla.
Go away.
I heard you know things. The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead whence the chaos flows. Does that mean anything to you?
Great Etro's helm. Where did you hear those words? Who spoke them?
A young girl, but I never saw her.
A maiden's voice born on the wind. Yes, that's how I heard them too. So it would appear that she has spoken to both of us. Very well. I will share what I know. The angel is a tempestuous chocobo that lives in these plains. I myself have glimpsed the creature many times, but unfortunately I've never succeeded in capturing him. It is said whoever can break him and ride him will become his master. But I've long since given up hope that it shall be me.
Nor me. I don't know anything about chocobos.
Don't rule yourself out, young lady. You may be the one, if you're telling the truth about the voice, that is. It's true, not everyone who hears the voice is the chosen one. But rest assured, the encounter will happen. The legends tell us that the chocobo's chosen master will be led by the chocobo to a certain place. I speak of that dread edifice whence the chaos emerges, the temple of Etro herself.
You mean the one built into the cliff?
The very same. And deep below that sinister haven of destruction, an ocean of chaos royals, the great chaos of the stories.
What does that mean? Is it a different kind of chaos?
Alas, the legends give us few details. If you wish to find an answer to that question, you will have to seek the truth in the temple.
And to do that, I've got to find and tame the Angel of Valhalla.
Yes, indeed. But that, let me assure you, is no easy task. I have a couple of assistants who live here in the village. Talk to them, and they can give you advice about finding the chocobo.
An ocean of great chaos buried beneath a temple. Do you think it could be true? Does the Order know anything about it?
No, I'd say it's likely they don't. That temple appeared here from the other world, from Valhalla itself. When it still stood in Valhalla, it was responsible for sealing away a power, the one that now consumes the world. Something inside that temple is a source, the thing that created the chaos. 500 years ago, it let loose the chaos we see now, but it seems to have been dormant since then. And no one knows why.
And you think it's waiting in the temple? This great chaos, that's the source of it all?
It's certainly possible. Perhaps this legendary chocobo will take you there.
Or maybe it won't. But either way, someone's asking you, and I think it's time I answer.
A great city was once built here. For a while, it was the center of all human culture. It appears the ruins here are all that remain of that time.
So was that our golden age? Well, judging by the state of them, it ended a long time ago.
The chaos that's destroying the world emerged right here in the wildlands. The initial flood of chaos devastated this entire area.
So this is where it began. The beginning of the end.
You want to hear something eerie? I found large white feathers scattered in a clearing up the trail there. White as clouds they were, but stained with blood. It looked as if there'd been a violent battle. I saw Chocobo Eater tracks around the area. I'd recognize them anywhere. But I don't know what kind of bird it was after. The only white bird of that size I know is the white chocobo out of the stories. What would happen to the legend? I mean, if the angel ended up being killed? The tracks lead on into the middle of the ruins, but I'm not prepared to go in there alone.
Did you hear that? It sounds like the chocobo you're looking for is being attacked.
I better move fast. This will all be in vain if the chocobo is killed.
Come, stay, friend. These lands are filled with dangerous beasts. What's more, a Chocobo Eater rampages in the east.
If a chocobo predator's out there, there must be chocobos too.
Oh, so you were seeking the wild Chocobo. Normally, I would warn city folk from such folly, but you look capable enough. But know if you find yourself in trouble, return quickly to the high road. My people are there and will help.
I hope that I'm wrong about this, but I'd say that the force behind the world's destruction might be buried somewhere in that temple.
The unseen chaos. I came into contact with it just once. I still remember the feeling. It's not something that belonged in this world. It had to be stopped and destroyed. But I wasn't strong enough to stop it. The chaos came anyway, and it destroyed the world.
It came from the darkness that God cannot see. It's a distortion of the unseen realm, and there's no reason to think it won't come again.
It may be invisible to God, but it isn't us. I'll be able to find it, if there's enough left of me to call human, that is. It's the white chocobo. I found it.
He's injured. You have to help him.
This'll be a fun challenge. I transcend humanity. The light of your soul. Time to repent. Here. Look at this. Why didn't he just run away? He's torn up pretty bad.
Perhaps he had to fight to protect something.
It's all right, little one. I'll help you. You're bleeding heavily. We have to stop it.
It's the white chocobo. What happened here?
He needs medical attention, and fast.
Right. I'll get the doctor. Yeah! Yep! Oh!
It's even worse than I feared. Hey, help me get him to Canopa's farms, now!
Yes,
I won't let him die. Of that you have the word of Dr. Gyshal. Stop loafing around! Quickly!
Hey, Hope. Do you really think that was a chocobo?
Why do you ask? It might be a subspecies, but it certainly looked like a chocobo to me.
Right, to me too. But the thing is, when I first saw it, I felt this weird familiarity.
You felt familiar with a chocobo? Maybe you just need a friend, Light.
Hey, I know what I felt. I'll follow the doc back to Canopa's farms. Try and catch me. Time to mix it up.
I'm sorry. Dr. Gyszal's in surgery right now and can't be disturbed. You'll have to wait
Give
here.
me some fresh water. Yeah. Okay, good.
As I stood there, watching the doctor try to save the Chocobo's life, I knew this was no ordinary animal.
All right. Good, that's it.
Not only because of the legend, I felt a connection, as if we'd fought together.
There, that's it. Easy.
But why? It made no sense.
All right.
Hang on.
It's all over. You can come see for yourself.
Is he all right?
His wounds are cleaned and dressed, but he's still dying.
Can't you help?
Listen to me. He's half-starved. If he is to recover, he needs nutrients, vitamins, protein. But no matter what we do, we can't make him eat.
Is he that weak?
It's not a question of being weak. He's too proud. That's the problem. We've tried everything to coax him, but he simply won't accept any food from humans. The fool beast just glares at us.
That pride will kill him.
Such a stubborn bird can be none other than the Angel of Valhalla. The only human the angel will bow to is the one he recognizes as master. Perhaps he will obey you. Try it. Offer him this.
Light. It might be the Chocobo's only hope. Try giving him that vegetable.
Is this all right?
Well, it looks like he recognizes you as his master. As long as we keep providing him with feed, he should recover. I say we, but of course I mean you. He will not accept help from anyone else. He has to be your responsibility and yours alone.
If I do it, will he recover?
I would bet my reputation on it. This is the bird of legend. You're destined to ride him to the fountainhead of the chaos. But before you can do that, the bird needs to be fed.
So you said. Any hints? What kind of food should I give him?
I prescribe a balanced diet of Gyshal greens, quality sheep's milk, and nutritional supplements. Ask the villagers if they have any greens or milk to spare.
Thanks to the doctor, the Chocobo is out of immediate danger. But he needs more treatment before he's fully recovered.
So now I have to play nurse to a giant bird. I'm telling you, it better be worth the trouble.
He'll become your steed. And not only that, if the legends are true, he'll be able to guide you to the temple of the goddess and the source of the great chaos.
We'll see. He'd better be useful. I was never one for keeping pets.
Somehow, that doesn't surprise me. So, what are you going to do next?
People here are so kind. In this village, everyone is always willing to pitch in and help a neighbor.
You should feed that white chocobo of yours with some Gyshal greens. Normally we have a full crop, but with Father away I have no fertilizer to grow more. That's the last one, but you can have it.
You could knock me down with a feather. Who'd have thought a stranger would get one over on the doctor and capture the white chocobo first?
Get one over. You have a problem with it?
No, don't get me wrong. It's just that the doctor has been doing nothing but hunt that chocobo for over a century. 100 years.
And I came along and snatched his prize away. I made him look incompetent at best.
Yeah, but look, the chocobo's here. That's the important thing. And still alive thanks to you. Everyone in this village wants to see that chocobo get better, not just the doctor. I'm pretty much in charge of this village, so if you need any help at all, you just come and talk to me. Sound good? Hey, we grow Gyshal greens right here in the village. There's a man and his daughter who have their own field. Cole and Sarala are their names. Maybe they have some to share. I haven't seen Cole in a while. He often wanders out of the village on his own and doesn't return for days.
Hey, how's that bird doing? Of course, I speak of the white chocobo that you're caring for. Perhaps you would like to feed him some of this fortifying milk. The truth is, one of my regulars wanted it, but I just can't stand by seeing that poor creature suffer. You take it.
Hello. Have you taken the time to speak to the villagers?
The villagers? Oh, right. They've been waiting for the chocobo to answer their prayers. And now he's here to do that, with the Savior's help.
Answer their prayers? Where'd you hear that? Don't tell me. You've been talking to Garrett, haven't you? 'Tis true he's a founder of the village, but a more indiscreet man I've never known. The fact is, we've all got our own scars. A man who wanders the world searching for a wife who everyone knows is dead. A man who still yearns for his life in the city. Folk who suffer anguish they cannot name. Garrett's taken it on himself to look after everyone and try to solve all their problems. But if you ask me, the burden he bears is too much for one man.
He seemed cheerful enough. Was that an act?
He's the last survivor of the intrepid band that founded this village. To him, we're all part of his family, and he's devoted his life to trying to keep Canopus Farms together. It's not an easy road he's chosen, and there've been plenty of sad times. But why am I burdening you with our tales of woe? I don't want you thinking you're responsible for having to save Garrett and the rest. You've done plenty for us just by finding the white chocobo. People here are more hopeful than I've seen in many a year. I reckon you've saved a soul or two. But even if nothing has really changed, you mustn't think our woes are your responsibility. A bunch of fuss buckets, aren't they? The villagers, I mean.
Everyone's been very kind and helpful.
Well, you have to be out here in the wildlands. No one who tries going it alone survives very long. Just remember, if someone scratches your back, they'll expect some back scratching in return. It's a unique specimen, without a doubt. But it needs to eat what other chocobos eat. Even a legend can't live on air and admiration.
Did you try offering him food again? Is he still refusing you?
Yes, we've tried. But he kicks up a fuss loud enough to scare the sheep in Arius. It's you or nobody.
I guess I'm stuck with him.
How does it look? Can you help the chocobo?
Well, the doctor says he's out of immediate danger, for now. But he needs quality fodder to get his strength back.
Why, that is good news. I suppose that means you'll be wanting lots of Gyshal greens then, won't you? I could give you lots normally, but we've just shipped off our latest harvest to the city, and we don't have any left.
So it's no use waiting for the next crop, right?
Actually, Gyshal greens ripen ever so fast. They spring out of the ground right before your eyes, if you have fertilizer, that is. Father went off to the woods to collect fertilizer, but he still hasn't returned. He's been gone for days.
But the woods aren't that far. Could something have happened?
He does it all the time. He wanders off without a word and leaves me alone. That's why I'm not so worried. I know he'll be back, eventually.
The least he could do is tell you where he goes. It's not right. Forcing you to put on a brave front and pretend you're not worried.
Oh, you could tell? Darn it. I try so hard to pretend it's perfectly normal that he just disappears. But the truth is, I'm scared to death about him.
And you have no idea where he goes? What's his name?
His name's Cole. He said he went to the woods to look for fertilizer. The Jagd Woods, I mean. If you happen to see Father, would you tell him something?
If I find a farmer called Cole, I'll send him on home.
Father headed towards Jagd, where the hunting woods lie. When you find him, tell him to bring some fertilizer home.
My friend, we meet again. They tell me that the white chocobo is out of danger.
Yes, he's safe for now. Thanks to you. You brought the doctor just in time.
Lucky for us both. I'm glad we could save that magnificent animal. Now here, I give you this gift.
Things have finally settled down. Have you had a chance to talk to everyone here at Canopus Farms? People here, they understand the importance of helping each other out. It's the only way to survive. As long as that chocobo keeps eating, he's bound to recover sooner or later. The problem is, he'll only accept food from your hand. He doesn't need any more surgery. And he won't accept food from me. So it looks like I've done all that I can for him. If you need any help or advice, talk to 13. That girl there is my assistant. I call her 13, and you can too. She hasn't been with me long, but she knows the basics. As his vet, I've done all I can do for him. Now what he needs is good feed, and the care of his chosen master.
If you want to know the truth, I only joined Dr. Gyszal's team recently. I'm still very nervous. The Assistant 7 has been with the doctor for years. I hope they don't give me anything really important to do. I'd hate to screw it up. But Dr. Gyszal said I've made it this far, so he might as well stick with me, for better or worse. That was very encouraging, as you might imagine. So if there's anything you need, just ask. I'm sure I'll be able to help. I think. Does your chocobo need something extra nutritious? Well, I'd highly recommend fuzzy sheep milk. Do you know about Arius Village at the top of the hill? It's famous for its fuzzy sheep. They have lots of milk, I bet. The hunters ride chocobos when they're tracking their prey. They give their chocobos a special medicine. You could probably get some at Jagd Village.
Chocobol is a revitalizing tonic for chocobos. I have more flasks, back at the village of Jagd. I and my fellow hunters often go on long journeys.